I'm super excited about today's sponsor. They've sponsored the podcast before, and this is a topic I'm super passionate about. I fear that us as girls struggle with PMS far more than we should, and we really shouldn't. I truly get the worst PMS symptoms. My boobs are sensitive, my face breaks out, my sugar controllings are out of whack. I feel like I'm just a bottomless pit. My mood is not the vibe, and estro control has been super helpful in helping manage those PMS symptoms and making that time of the month a lot more enjoyable. Estro Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Say no more. Estro Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, especially if you are someone like myself who struggles with PMS. It was created to help women feel like themselves all month long and to not struggle with the feelings PMS can cause. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Allana at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code Allana for 15% off today.
PMS, pregnancy, menopause. Each stage of womanhood has its unique challenges. That's why Highlands Naturals' new women's multivitamins are formulated with essential daily nutrients, plus targeted support for your life stage. Facing PMS? There's a Highlands multi for that. Navigating pregnancy and morning sickness? That too. In the throes of menopause, our formula is here to support you through hot flashes and skin changes. Gone are the days of juggling multiple supplements or guessing what you might need. With Highlands Naturals, it's one multivitamin with daily essential nutrients and science-backed ingredients to support you. An all-in-one wellness solution to lighten the load for women? Highlands Naturals is here for it. Find your multi at Amazon or Highlands.com. That's HYLANDS.com. Highlands Naturals. We're here for it.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
The following podcast is a GreenFresh media production.
Hello, good morning, angels, and welcome back to Morning Ray. I'm your host, Lan or Allana, and today's episode, I know I've done a similar episode before about getting back on track, getting out of funk, getting into routine, but I feel like this is a little bit different. This is coming from a stance of having traveled and being busy with other things and just letting life take its course. And now we've lived it. We've taken a break from working out. We've taken a break from our routines, the hustle and bustle, and now we're getting back into it. I was in California and Arizona 2 weeks ago, took last week off. When I'm recording this on April 20th, so the week before it goes out. But I took the week off. My body was exhausted from the time change, and on Monday, so 2 days ago, I decided to kick it back into gear and get things moving and grooving again. So I wanted to share with you how I do that, because I feel like it's always my number one question, Allana, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay doing your morning routine? How do you wake up early every day? How do you work out every day or work out consistently? How do you eat well? All that stuff. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing as of right now this week to get back into my routine and feeling good, because as much as it felt good to relax and unplug and take it easy, after a while it makes me feel sluggish and not super good. So to be able to get back in to the groove of things and a routine that really energizes me and makes me feel good, and I know it does these things for me, is really good, and I want you guys to be able to do that. So before we get into it, we gotta do our segments. So my weekly intention is to do exactly what I want all of you babes to do, and that is to really put yourself first, put myself first, and just get back into a feel good routine, not be too like strict, don't have this all or nothing mentality, but just really focus on re-implementing these good habits that we have. They're just in the back, they need to be dusted off. And the tip of the week is to find someone to hold you accountable, have someone that you're going to go your workouts with. Maybe have your parents hold you accountable about making your meals and trying not to eat out too much. Just find an accountability partner, whether it be you're posting on Instagram or social media and like saying follow along with me, even if it's just like to no one. Maybe it's to your close friend story. Maybe it's telling your friend you're doing this and you want him to keep you accountable. Maybe you're telling a sibling, whatever it is, have an accountability partner. Current faves, guys. I really need to stop with this one because it is expensive and I don't need to be having this much ice cream every single day. I'm all for balance, but this is like a little bit like teetering on like the overindulgent side. But I've been obsessed with this place in Toronto called the Dippery. And essentially, it's soft serve ice cream. I've been getting vanilla, and then they do like different chocolate dips, and then they have toppings. So right now it's Passover, so I can't have the one that I really like. Passover is I'm such a bad Jew being not explaining this right, but essentially is when we have unleavened bread, which is matzah, because when the Jews were leaving Egypt, it's like when Moses split the Red Sea. I'm sure you've heard of this in like the Bible, if that's what you look at or study, or follow. I'm not sure what the proper terminology would be, but it's when the Jews left Egypt, and split the Red Sea, and they left too quickly, so the bread didn't have time to rise. So we eat unleavened bread called matzah, which is essentially a giant cracker, which unfortunately, if you have too much of it, TMI, but it gets you really constipated. So I'm not allowed anything with wheat in it besides the matzah. I'm not allowed to have anything that rises. I can't have pasta. I'm an Ashkenazi Jew, so I can't have any rice, corn, legumes, peas, corn. I think that's it. But I can't have quinoa because they classify quinoa as a protein. But then there's this whole thing how Ashkenazi Jews could now have these things, but I don't really know how I feel about it. I do have, you're not also supposed to have soy, so like tofu, but I sometimes have it because I am predominantly pescatarian. Otherwise, I'm really limited to food. But anyways, normally I went on a really big tangent over there. But normally I would get like this like one with cookie dough dip and Oreos on top, but obviously I can't have Oreos or cookie dough. So I've been getting this like it's like kids treat, and it's milk chocolate with sprinkles, which I can have, because I believe sprinkles are just sugar, so we're fine. Um, but it is so good. I had two in the freezer, and I took one out to defrost while I'm recording this, and I'm gonna have it afterwards. But guys, like this is literally like $9 ice cream, and I ordered on Uber Eats. So then like to get free delivery, I have to spend more than 15. So then I end up ordering two, and it's like $22, and I just don't need to be spending this much on ice cream all the time, but it's a current fave. It is the vibe, and I'm honestly starting to get sick of it, so it's okay. That's intuitive eating, figuring out all the things. Hot girl walks. The weather's getting warmer. I'm really into doing long walks. I've been walking to and from Sweat and Tonic when I go. It's about a 30-minute walk. I've been walking home from work every day. It's just been a vibe, and I'm very much into listening to podcasts again while walking. This used to always be my thing, but I definitely fell out of it because I just got really into being totally aware of my surroundings. And I kind of wasn't that into listening to podcasts for a little bit. I don't know. But I'm definitely back into it. I love listening to them while I'm walking. I also really like listening to a podcast while I'm getting ready in the morning. It's really nice. and usually it's What We Said or Anything Goes that I'm listening to in the morning. And I'm also into intuitive exercise. Like I said, I was just traveling and kind of gave myself a break, but I really just been like feeling out what I want to do. And this week I've been doing the same. As much as I'm getting back into a routine, being very intuitive with what I want to do and listening to my body, which I think is so important. I think it can get kind of difficult or tricky. And you end up like you can get really rigid and tough on yourself and strict with yourself about your workout routine, that you have to do this like weightlifting program, and on this day you have to do legs, and on this day you have to do upper body, and this day you have to do cardio, and when you do cardio you have to go on the Stairmaster at level 5 or whatever for 25 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it is. And it can be really draining, and yeah, that might work for some people, but I'm really into the whole intuitive exercise thing. I love cross training. I love doing hot Pilates. I love running. I love spinning. I love lifting. I love doing HIIT and like doing like sprinkling that throughout my week or 2 weeks or month or whatever. So I just really like doing intuitive exercise. I've been finding that's what works best for me mentally and physically. And it also helps me not get bored. But let's get into the bulk of the exercise, how I get back into routine, how I get back on track, how I get back on the swing of things, whatever you want to call it. These are the steps that I take. So when I think about getting back on track, I think about getting back into my routines. I think about how I'm eating, how I'm moving, how I'm sleeping, what I'm doing. So because I live alone, I have to do my own grocery shopping. So I plan out certain recipes that I want to make or things that I want to be able to make throughout the week. So breakfast things I want to be able to make, snacks I want to be able to have on hand, lunches and dinners I'm thinking about making. I write out my grocery list and I either order my groceries in. I love using the grocery option on Uber Eats. That's super great. Or I'll literally go and pick them up myself and grocery shop. And then I like to meal prep the food as soon as possible. So wash my berries and cut them up. Just like put everything like properly away. If I have proteins, prepping the proteins if I can. If I want to prep like grains like rice or quinoa or something, doing that. Just having it all set and ready for me for the week. And then knowing kind of what ideas of when I want to have certain recipes or make certain recipes for dinner throughout the week is super helpful. And making breakfast. So now I've been taking breakfast to work. So making a smoothie in the morning and then also having lunch prepared to take with me so that I'm not spending so much money on food out. I'm really trying to be really good at being super busy can make it really easy to fall into a dinner time recipe rut, or even with your lunches. Any meal, honestly, can get you into a rut, especially with a busy schedule this fall. You can keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every single week, so there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. It's truly a no-brainer. It does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive at your doorstep, pre-proportioned and ready to cook, along with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. It's never been easier. I personally love HelloFresh as a way to get exposure to new recipes, make my life a bit easier as a busy 20-year-old in the city. And I love that it's worry-free, it's super easy, it's convenient, and gets delivered straight to my door. Go to hellofresh.com/50ray and use code 50ray for 50% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/50RAE and use code 50ray 50RAE for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and thank you for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
Not spending money on food out a lot, because it can be really easy to do so. Uber Eats is super accessible. Living downtown, there's so many options, and it can seem like cheap in the moment, but all those things add up. And then I like to think of my future self. So that is what I do to help encourage myself of doing the grocery shopping, meal prepping, working out, cleaning my space, all that. I also tend to baby myself a little bit, kind of like, I guess, like mother myself, kind of talk to myself how like my mother would nag me to do things. So, like, okay, Alana, like you're going to go to bed at this time, which means we need to start getting ready at this time. We need to clean our room before we go to bed, make sure this is all ready for tomorrow. We're going to wake up at this time, then you're going to do XYZ. We're going to pack our lunch in our bag. We're going to leave for work at this time. Like kind of just like walk yourself through all the steps, even though you know what you're doing, even though you've done it a million times. Obviously, we need to get back into routine. When we're out of routine, things are very like easygoing, go with the flow, spontaneous, and sometimes we need a little bit of structure. So I like to kind of like baby or mother myself a little bit. When it comes to getting back into the swing of things with working out, it can really be easy to feel really intimidated and discouraged. Getting back into working out, like just starting, is the hardest thing. So I've been talking about this for a while now, but I've been really into workout classes. I just love the energy. I think with things opening back up and being open, I just love being around people more, which is really odd to me because before the pandemic, I was such an introvert. And yes, I loved being around my friends, but I never really recharged by being around people. And I've been noticing I recharge both ways now, which is quite interesting because I feel like a lot of people got more introverted in the pandemic, but I feel like I experienced a lot of self growth and self growth. I was trying to think of another word, but that was exactly it. Self growth during the pandemic and like self development, I guess. So I'm an extroverted introvert now. Go me. We've upgraded over here. We are moving on. We are confident, self confidence, high self esteem gals over here. But anyhow, back to workouts. I like to, whether I prefer workout classes or not, I think they're a really good way to, one, hold you accountable because if you cancel after the 12-hour mark, then you get charged, or if you don't show up, then you get charged or you lose a credit or something. So it holds you accountable. Two, you have someone telling you what to do, so you don't even have to think, you just have to show up and work hard. And three, it can help just like plan your week better. So I like to schedule in my workouts for the week. And so this week on Monday, I did spin. Tuesday, I took a rest day. I originally was going to run, but we're being intuitive, so I didn't. Then Wednesday, today, I did hot Pilates. Tomorrow, I think I'm actually going to take a rest day. Friday, I'm doing a double workout. I don't normally do this, but it's because of the workouts that I want to do. And Kaylee's also going to be in town, and I'm taking her to Jaybird because I want her to experience it. But I also want to do this workout class with one of my friends, Rachel, who's a teacher at Sweat and Tonic. So we're doing two workouts. One's in the morning, one's at night. They're very different. And that is also why I want to take a rest day tomorrow so that I can be all good. So Friday, I'm doing hot Pilates in the morning. At night, I'm doing Rock the Bells, which is like cardio and weightlifting. And then Saturday is raining. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might book spin or a sweat and tonic class. And then Friday, I want to run. So maybe I'm trying to like balance between like strength and cardio. Maybe Saturday I'll do strength. But I try to plan out my workouts so I know what my week looks like. And then I can plan everything else accordingly. Motivates me, kicks me back into shape. And yeah, I just really like it. And I go with familiarity because that is what my routines were before. So now we're just jumping back into it. And then I feel like this is like probably like the last thing I'm going to discuss about, and then I also want to do like a little recap and life update because I feel like I haven't done one in forever, and I'm kind of down to just have a little girl talk with you guys, and I know you love the hearing about what's going on, so we'll do that afterwards. But the final thing of how I get back into routine is, and you guys know, I always talk about this, being stricter with my sleep schedule. I feel like when you're traveling or when you're out of routine, like your sleep schedule, oh, I can't speak. Your sleep schedule gets out of whack because you're going out to dinner late, you're hanging with your friends, you're chatting, you're having fun. And then when you get back, it's really easy to like continue to fall into those bad habits. Well, not bad habits, but like continue to like be off of your sleep schedule. Ironically, when I was on my trip, I was getting 8 hours of sleep a night. Like, that's a big deal for me. And it's because Trent and Kaylee were so good at going to bed earlier. Um, but my sleep schedule got so off when I came back because one, like the time difference, and two, I wasn't like super exhausted from like the events of the day. So then I was like staying up super late and still am. I keep going to bed at like 1, which is like high school Atlanta, like university Atlanta, like first and second year Atlanta. So tonight I actually want to try go to bed earlier, although I feel like it's not going to happen. It might have to be a tomorrow thing, but it's okay. Um, so being stricter with my sleep schedule, getting into bed, winding down, reading a book before bed, or journaling. I've really been loving journaling before bed. I've been doing, I think it's by the Unapologetic Society. It's the 30-day journal, which I've really been liking. And I feel like it's actually a lot of like self reflection and looking internal. And I really like it. So I've been doing that, and being strict with my sleep schedule is something I'm really going to focus on. I know I'm always saying I'm going to focus on it, but I really truly mean it, and I think it's really important. Sleep is always neglected. Everyone thinks about their health in terms of like what they're eating, what they're drinking, how they're moving. But they forget about sleep, and sleep is so important because that's when our body repairs itself. So it's really important. Obviously, I'm no doctor, but this is based on like my own knowledge and also my own experiences. You will feel your best when you are going to bed and waking up at around the same time every single day. And I could sound crazy to you, but don't hate it till you try it. And I highly recommend that you try it. But anyway, those are how I get back into routine. Little bit to summarize: pick out your recipes and grocery shop, meal prep, think of your future self, baby or mother yourself, schedule your workouts and stick to it. And even if you don't want to do workout classes, still schedule in your workouts, like when you're going to do it, what workouts you're doing, what's happening in the workout, and be stricter with your sleep schedule because I really need to pronunciate my words. Be stricter with your sleep schedule because that is really what is going to help energize you and be your base, your ground for getting back into track. Okay, now for a little life update. It is currently April 20th. Happy 420. I have actually never smoked weed or been high in my life. Fun fact. I have nothing against it, just no interest. I don't know. I think it's never been something I've been interested in, but I've always been like supportive of my friends and whatever. Off topic. But anyways, it's April 20th and I move to my new apartment in less than a month, which is crazy. I've been in the process of looking at furniture. I have bought my media unit. I've bought my table. I need to buy my chairs. I bought things for the kitchen. What else did I get? I got a lamp. I'm in the process of choosing a rug for the living area. I think that's it. I need to get more decor things. I'm picking out prints for both the living room and my bedroom because I didn't really do that in this apartment that I'm currently in. So I'm really excited to do that. And I have to schedule the movers. I have to like transfer my hydro. I have to transfer my renter's insurance. I have to book the elevators. There's so much in moving, and this is a whole different like experience from moving from my parents' house to a condo because I didn't have to have movers because I had all new furniture and nothing was built. But now I have to. Being super busy can make it really easy to fall into a dinner time recipe rut, or even with your lunches. Any meal, honestly, can get you into a rut, especially with a busy schedule this fall. You can keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every single week, so there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. It's truly a no-brainer. It does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive at your doorstep, pre-proportioned and ready to cook, along with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. It's never been easier. I personally love HelloFresh as a way to get exposure to new recipes, make my life a bit easier as a busy 20-year-old in the city. And I love that it's worry-free, it's super easy, it's convenient, and gets delivered straight to my door. Go to hellofresh.com/50ray and use code 50ray for 50% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/50RAE and use code 50RAE, 50RAE for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and thank you for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray.
When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day. Get the most out of weekly sales and receive personalized coupons to save on your favorite items, all while earning 1 fuel point for every $1 spent. Kroger makes it easy to save while you shop, whether it's in-store or online, so you get the most value out of every trip, every time. Download the Kroger app now to save big on your next purchase. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Must have a digital account to redeem offers. Restrictions may apply. See site for details.
Have movers, so booking movers, and then you also have to like book the elevator from like your current condo and book the elevator in the new condo and so many things, and it's like a lot of money, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to do this and I'm able to afford it, but the numbers are so big. Like I put it in Google Sheets, sorry, and I was like, yes, thank you, no thank you. But I know that this is like a long-term investment. It's still like hard for me to like justify like spending hundreds of dollars on furniture, even though I know it's like a normal thing and an adult thing, and that these are things that I will have. Oh, I also got my couch. I bought it from the girl that is currently living in the unit that I'm moving into. But it's hard to like justify it, but these are like things that I'm investing in that I'm going to take from apartment to apartment now, and it's not just like a one-time use thing. So I'm just like keep reminding myself, and I know that everything will work out as it should. And I also love to practice the money mantra. You guys still know I'm like still financially responsible, but I like to practice the money mantra that what I spend will come back to me 3 times the amount, or like in abundance. Like I like to have a very abundance mindset when it comes to everything. Okay, so we touched on moving. I just got back from California. That was incredible. I went to the Aloe headquarters. We tried so much amazing food. We stayed at Tommy Hollywood, one hotel. We went to Laguna Beach, which I really loved. Travel plans coming up. Kaylee is coming in this week for work. I plan to go to Vancouver at some point in June or July, hopefully. Go to Vancouver and Kelowna. I plan to also visit, so that would be to visit my friend Shayna, and then also Trin and Kaylee will meet up with us there. And then we plan to go to Ottawa to see Kales, and then go to Montreal because there's not much to do in Ottawa. So we'll go to Montreal, which is a little bit more fun. And then New York Fashion Week in September. And I checked that it doesn't interfere with the Jewish high holidays because it's Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur around September, October. So it doesn't interfere, which is great. So those are travel plans. And I think I also want to go to New York at some point in the summer for like a weekend or something. I think that could be fun. I'm really just having fun with traveling right now. dating. We are currently not dating anyone. I don't have any dating apps. Haven't like wanted any of them. I've downloaded Hinge maybe like twice since deleting it after New York in February, and I literally delete it again, like deactivate and delete like not even 5 minutes later. I'm just like not into the dating apps right now. I was talking to a few guys. We were about to go on dates and I canceled them, or like I just like kind of like stopped talking to them. I don't know. We're just in a me season right now. We're focusing on me, and like, yeah, I've felt like lonely sometimes, and I still have this desire to have a boyfriend and be in a relationship, but I'm not really seeking it right now. Like, I'm not like intentionally like going on a million dates, or like I wouldn't say like I'm acting desperate or in any sort of way. I do like a guy, but it's a little complicated, and that will be a story for another time. You guys all thought I was soft launching on Instagram when I posted the Pinterest photo of the girl and guy holding hands. I promise I would tell you guys of anything. If anything was happening, I wouldn't do you dirty like that. Also, I'm kind of offended because her nails weren't painted. You guys know that my nails are always painted. They're always painted. Always. Also, but she had really nice hands. My hands aren't that nice. But I'm like still not over that so many of you were so shook that you thought I was like soft launching. Really honored and love that you guys love my love life so much and care and got excited for me. So when I do actually soft launch, I expect the same reaction, if not more. Okay? Love you guys. But yes, no men in my life. There hasn't been a man in my life since New York. So that's where we're at with that. Career-wise, I'm still working for mutual friends. I'm working as a marketing coordinator for them. I found out that quite a few of you on Instagram and TikTok did not know that I had a 9-to-5. I do have a 9-to-5. But yeah, so I'm doing that, growing my podcast, focusing on my podcast and YouTube. We're back to posting YouTube regularly, so make sure to subscribe to YouTube. It's just Allana Blumberg, and it's always linked in the show notes. I'm used to upload on Wednesdays. I'm thinking about transitioning to Thursdays. Let me know what you prefer. I posted a poll on YouTube, and more of you preferred Wednesday or Sunday than Thursday. I kind of like the idea of Thursdays, but we'll see. We'll play around. But that is all of my life updates. We're just out here living life, vibing, getting back into routine. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Make sure to leave a rating on Spotify and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like, I would really appreciate it though, as that is how you can help support the pod. I love you guys so much, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.